That really sucks. Well, that happened, what, 2 nights ago? Dropping the stream. It says 2 viewers, but I believe they're probably all gone because I had to shut down, turn it back on. Hopefully, they pop back on. But it's just like what happened to Mark Shrimp Tanks today. He started, and then YouTube kicked him off. This happened 2 nights ago. It kicked me off. So there we go. Yeah, hey, I don't know if you noticed or if anyone saw, but like Mark Shrimp Tanks went to start today, and he was kicked off. I think it took him like close to an hour to get back on. And the other night, remember Dan, when I was on the other night, was it 2 nights ago? It died, and you said, "Oh, lost connection. I'm gonna go to bed." Blah blah blah, and it did the same thing. So it's this YouTube because Mark Shrimp Tank said today that it's something with the YouTube got a issue. They changed something or they did something, and they literally a stream will just drop. So it has something to do with YouTube, I guess. But yesterday, perfect, no issues. Then the day before that, I think, was when I dropped. And then it was like maybe, I don't know, 4 or 5 days before that, I dropped. And now it just dropped. So, but like I said, Mark Shrimp Tanks was on earlier. He goes on my time at 1 o'clock. And it's, so no, I think it's 2 o'clock here he goes on. And when he went on, then I was going to the post office. It was like, no, he went on at 1 because I think somebody else was going on right after him, so he wanted to go on a little early. Well, then I shut it off, drove to the post office. Then when I went to leave, I came home, turned it back on, and he was off. I was like, "What? Mark Shrimp Tanks isn't on?" And it just kept saying, "No video, no video, no video." So that's what it was. And I got home and I hit the button and bam, he was on. And he's like, "Hey, am I back on? Am I back on?" And then he said, it was something to do with YouTube. So that's what's happening. Yeah, oh yeah, we can see the meta tank. Hold on. Hold on. Oh no. Boy, that was stupid. I shouldn't have done that. Won't do that again. Lesson learned. And let me know if it's you want to see. Hey, there's Tropic. Hey, Don. Thanks everybody for coming back. I don't know. YouTube's doing it. Mark Shrimp Tanks got kicked off today, and I think it took him like an hour to get back on or something. So that's what happened to me the other night too. So I don't know. It's something, they say it's something with YouTube. So, but Dan, if there's something special you want to see in here or something, let me know. Do you want a backed up view so you can see? This is that food. It's really surprising because these guys are real picky, and this is that new food, the shrimp food from Taiwan, and they're on it. Yeah, these guys are Jeff Chambers. His was painkiller related. Mark was horrible. Yeah. Mark's was kicked off. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, backed up. Okay, you got it. Yeah. Neat watching them feed for now. All right, I'll leave it here while they eat, and then I'll put it around the other side where you can see it head on. Oh, that's an orange eye. Looked like a beautiful tank when you went by it in the video. I'm going to have to get some of the dishes next order. Sounds good. Might as well watch them while they are posing for the camera. Haha. Brian, I got some Sierra shrimp food from local pet store. I don't think I will see it locally again. Any opinion? Let me see. Oh, hold on. Aquarium Co-op sells it. I actually just watched this. I think they make the Sarah makes he has like this one food that you can stick to the glass or something. Well, I don't know, something about they changed the packaging and they changed the food because they're going to I don't know what they call that, where it's like all I don't know, it's like healthier food or something. They want to go green with everything. Well, he said, okay, well, send me the food and I'll check it out because your other food I checked out and I liked it, but doesn't mean I'm going to like this food. And they sent it, and he says that it breaks down way too easily. The fish don't eat it like they liked it before, so he's not going to carry it anymore. And he said he's going to have to check on the other foods because they're doing it with that also. If you want, look up Aquarium Co-op. His last couple videos back, it's how are we doing or something, where he talks how the company's doing right now during the COVID. Check that out, and he actually talks about that food. So not exactly that one, but the company. So from the sounds of it, from what he said, the food was really good. And I think that he said that the shrimp pellets are good, but I think he said they're changing that too. So they're going to have to look at that and see if they're going to carry that anymore. So it might be that you have the last of the Mohicans. Now he said that there's a possibility that when he tells them, look, we're not going to carry it anymore, that let's say, 5 months down the road, they see that the sales have dropped. They might say, okay, we're going back to the old ingredients. And he said then he'll think about carrying the product again. So, but from what I heard about it, that was the first time I heard about it. I guess it's a pretty decent seller till recently when they changed the ingredients. How often do you feed? Jeff Chambers asks. 1 on, 2 off. 1 on, 2 off. because it's just like everyone knows that shrimp are grazers, and if your tanks are filled with algae, I mean, I don't need to feed them. The only thing I do is kind of like, what I'm advancing myself, and I'm curing myself of bad habits. And my bad habit was, I mean, look, you see the snails. I mean, I cut back so much that almost all my tanks are, my older tanks are riddled with snail shells because I cut back so much that they just die. And like it says, if you don't overfeed your tanks, the snails will control themselves. Um, you'll only have enough to take care of the tank, and the rest just die off. There's not enough food, so it's kind of like only the strongest survive. So survival of the fittest. But yeah, it was I did what everybody else said. Oh, I feed twice a day. I fed twice a day, and I was like, what am I doing? Their stomachs are so small, but well, yeah, twice a day if you're importing shrimp and you have 250 of them in a tank, or I don't know if you have 250 shrimp in a tank. I don't have I don't have 250 shrimp in 10-gallon tanks because I sell most of them. So, and then my tanks have algae in them. You look at other people and they show you their tanks and they're spotless, and it's like, well, I'm not scraping my glass except the front piece. That's all free food that I don't have to pay somebody to get. So more or less what I'm saying, I always drag out my answers. I'm really sorry. You'll get used to it if you hang around, which I hope you do. The answer that I'm trying to say is let them do what they do. Let them go around and eat off the plants, eat off the physidins, eat off the glass, eat the biofilm, eat the algae, eat the wood, eat all that stuff. Because guess what? If you weren't around and they were in a stream still, they wouldn't be getting all the food that you give them. They would have to fend for themselves and, forage around on the stream bottom. So if you make them do, if your tanks are really, that's why algae's good. Then with the foods, just think of it this way. It's kind of like giving them an Ensure. They eat all week, everything's good, but you're just giving them a little extra to keep their, minerals up, to keep their strengths up, to make sure that their tummies are good, probiotics, all that stuff. Giving them a food that, makes them even stronger, and giving them a little extra that they don't get from just green algae and biofilm. So I've bumped it literally now 1 day on, 2 days off, because I mean, think about it. Their stomach is so small. It's in their little peanut head. That little itty bitty head is their stomach. And that sucker is so small. How much food can they actually eat? They can't. So, and that's why I crush it up too, because, there's way more shrimp in here. But, when it goes in the dish like that, the tough guys are in there, and then the other ones are still walking around. Oh, and to let people know, this is what I do also to make things look kind of cool. You see that dish they're in? That's not just a regular shrimp dish. That's an old school ball canning jar lid. So you have the jar lids. Hold on. Look, use your ideas and your artistic side. You can get shrimp dishes, they're really cool, but like I go to like those big, huge flea markets outside. You know, they have them here where I live. You know, where there's like 200 vendors and stuff. And I buy stuff like here's a glass lid for something, but when you turn it over, it's a deep dish, so you can use it. But it's got like an emblem on it from like a car or something. But so there's a food tray, and then these are just ball lids from canning from back in the day. And you just put that bad boy in there, and now you got a plate for them. And it's cool. I mean, how gangster is that? It's a ball lid. And look, I got them at a flea market. Now here's the same. Oh, here's an Atlas. See, I sell all this stuff. You know, a lot of people don't know about this, but here's an Atlas. You know, and then it's got the little lip, and then you just put the food right in there, and it sits flat like that in your tank. And you got that. And then this one's a ball. It's like a little bowl, but they're deep. But, you know, I've had these for a long time, you know, and, you know, I just don't push stuff because I don't want people, you know, thinking that I'm trying to push my stuff on them. So, I mean, if anyone was like, I gave out shrimp trays, I don't know, a week ago or something, just be nice and surprise some people. And I think I gave 3 of them away for free. Real dishes. I have one more upstairs. But I'm not using them. They weren't cheap, but I was just like, well, hey, let somebody enjoy it. So yeah, Pottery Barn, Don. I'm telling you, the coolest. Who doesn't want? I mean, that right there is a ball lid in that tank. That thing's what 50 years old. They don't even make those anymore. And I still have the metal lids that went with those. I had to buy the whole package, but I mean that thing's like 50 years old. I got a ball lid in my tank that I hooked all up, and I think is the coolest thing in the world. So let me move the camera on this so you can see it from the front. But yeah, see, I got Boost. I got some there, there, there. So this is the only tank that I've ever I don't know, took 2 minutes out and actually bought special stuff for it. Um, but it means a lot to me. See that trays all the way over to the left, and I got a tube going down to it. I have it suction cupped on the glass so I don't miss. It's like a feeding tube. And then in the middle, there's an Indian almond leaf that's almost completely deteriorated by the time my new box comes. But there's some in the back still that they haven't tore up, so I won't be putting any more. Then there's alder cones in front. I have the Boost that I'm not sure what it is. That's just a plant. I'm not sure on that. It's got like red veins in it, Dan. I got it a long time ago, and then right above it is a boost that I just stuck up there, but I'm not sure. Um, it's a maybe a Val, uh, but you got all this stuff was small when I got it because if I move that plant out of there, there's like an eyeball in that wood. It's like I'm saying that wood. If I pull it out, looks like a skull to a large animal, like a ram or something big like that. And I couldn't believe that it was there in the store and no one bought it. It looks like a big skull that's hollow inside, but so, and that Fissidin over that I showed you, remember I showed you that plastic bag like a week ago, Dan, with the name on it? That's what that was, and it came pretty big, and it had weight to it. So literally all I did was sit it on top of the wood, and it's literally just draped down, and it's growing up the wood. And then the boost, and it's but it's the only tank that I've actually gone above and beyond, gone out of my way to do anything to. But it's my son wanted it, of course, because it's different. And yeah, it's like a sword, Chubbs. Yeah. Uh, so we kind of did it together, and he calls it his tank, and but it's the only one that I keep. A plant and boost. I mean, I have boost down here, but it's just two pieces sitting in there, and then I got a little piece over here, but it's just to grow. But here I kind of, set stuff in places for a reason. Let me see if I can back it up a little. But I haven't messed with it. I made this tank, and we haven't touched it since. There you go. Try that. And then that plastic piece all the way over to the right, I actually have, I don't know, it's one of them little plant things I tried. Doesn't work too well, but yeah, so that's it. And then let me see if I can pan it to the left. Probably not that much, huh? Nope. Yeah, there's that glass tray down there on the left. But there, the tube for like a sponge filter, I make the feeding tubes also with the suction cups on it, and you suction cup it right to the glass on the inside of the tank, and it's like a snorkel at the top. Because they make them in glass, but they're expensive, so I started making them myself. And I just put the food tray on the bottom, suction cup that tube on it, and it drops straight to the bottom. Let me move the camera so you can see it. So that was like my own little invention answer to the glass one that they came out with. Because I buy I think it's like a 3 or 4 foot of that up tube for the sponge filters. The local fish stores sell them, and then I cut it. I just measure, if I keep my water an inch down from the top lid, I measure like a half inch up from that down to about 3 inches from the substrate. I cut it and I put them suction cups on it, like for heaters, and I just suction cup it right to the tank. And every time I drop the food down, bam, it goes down in that tray. Every time I don't have to sit there, I don't have to aim it, I don't have to hold nothing in there. It just goes in there every time. And I make those, and then like I took them out, because I don't use the trays anymore because it's just to me to have so many shrimp eaten out of a tray, it just isn't fair anymore. And that's what causes the different sizes of the shrimp. So if like you have 10 shrimp and they're all one size, and then they start to grow up at different speeds, and different sizes. It's usually because they're not all being fed the same amount, or when it's feeding time that some don't know, or they're getting shoved out of the food tray. So that's when I took them all out, decided to feed the whole tank, and now my shrimp grow, the same speed. Well, I keep this setup in here because it looks super cool. And if somebody wants to see, me feed the tank, I just drop it in there. It enables me to test the food to see if they like it. Because this tank tells me a lot because they're picky. So if a shrimp is picky and they don't like your food, they're one, not hungry, or two, your food sucks. And so I need to find that out. So if they don't like it, I'll take it out after a couple minutes and I'll try it the next day. And if and still not fed them and they don't eat it after like 2-3 days of not eating, then your food's no good. I doesn't matter. I need a food that 99.9% of my tanks will eat. If one to two tanks don't eat it, okay, I can live with that. But if only 5 of my tanks eat it, it's junk. I mean, it just is. McDonald's feeds how many billion of people a year? There's not. McDonald's don't stay open because only 12,000 people like cheeseburgers and French fries. I'm sorry. So I look at my products that I promote, which aren't a lot, but the products that I check and promote, that's what they got to do. They got to be able to go through my little loops that I put them through. The boost on the right is so nice. Thank you. The boost on the right looks like my giant cherry boost. These they bloom white flowers. And when I got them, the guy I got them from didn't know what they were. But in this tank, they bloom all the time. Stream has disconnected. Oh, that was 29 minutes ago. See, YouTube. All right, let me zoom it in and see if you can really see it, Dan. Now I don't know if you could tell by leaf shape or anything like that, Dan. So that's cool. Something he will always remember. Well, that's what I'm saying is, my son might not be the happiest kid when it comes to playing with shrimp, but it's something that we can do together. And he can always say, well, my dad had a hobby and, I used to help him with it. It is what it is. Like I used to help my dad with working on cars, and I still work on cars to this day. So it's something that stuck with me that I'll always remember. So, you know, but he wanted the tank. He wants to call it his tank, so his tank it is. Yeah, it looks really similar to my cherry boost, not under as intense light, so not as red or spangled, but it's something similar. Now it does have some nice sparkles in the leaf. I'm sorry I can't get all that. I mean, I could zoom it up some more, but I don't think you're going to be able to tell. Um, the light is turned up, uh, but like I said, it's not one of those real expensive lights. But well, it is expensive. It just doesn't shine. I think it's more of a saltwater, but I like it a lot. But yeah, it was given to me, and it blossoms white flowers a lot. I don't know if I think they shedded. Oh no, hold on. Does the flower matter? Let me see if I can zoom in on this flower. Oh, see, it's so white, it's not going to show. Dang it. Just, yep, looks like a plant to me. Ha ha. Nice, fully open. Yeah, these they blossom for me all the time. Hey, what about way back on the left over there? That boost with that color. Boost is a lot. A lot of them are like the same color. That one looks like a different type. Yeah, I don't know. They all well, I don't know. Same guy sent them to me. Leaves a lot longer and more upright oriented, color different. Oh, maybe. But that one in the back, yeah, that one's different too. That one and the first one look like like same type. The flowering one is different, I think. Worst thing about Boost, other than how slow it grows, is how terrible it comes. I know. Hey, Priscilla sent me a picture of one yesterday, and I could see the prettiness in it, but it comes through pixeled. And I think because like when I go over to move the camera, you could see the beautiful blues and everything in it, but the camera doesn't do it justice. But the shrimp really love it. Look, I just keep moving plant to plant, and they're on them. The long leaves grow all that biofilm and stuff on. They just like to sit on it and just peck away. Thank you. Yeah, that's why I mean, I have some boost on it on the bottom, but it's in the open, and the other ones I literally put in the slits of the wood, so it was up higher. But it responds really well. Um, some tanks more than others, but yeah, it likes really intense light, but I like it a lot. I went from plants to boost. I mean, plants to moss, and like I said, a buddy of mine just gave me all this boost, so that's how I ended up getting it all. Jesus. Are those old? I mean, are they older? Yeah, it does look better closer. I mean, in person. Wow, you got little stuff. God bless. Dang. Is that just light that does all that? Or do you feed it? Man, you got enough boost to go around. You could, man, you give everybody plants and never run out. Wow. What is that, your retirement plan? I'm giving away my Bacopa because it grows too high and too fast. Yeah, giving it away is good, but taking it to your local fish store is even better streetwise. I mean, I understand, giving it away is cool, but you might get a good little chunk of cash for it taking it to the pet store. That's what I do. They give me good money for it. Boo, 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 boo. Oh, look at that. Oh, yeah. Some red mixed pintos. Anyone? Anyone? I gotta like it. Gotta like it. Oh, I like it a lot. Oh, I like it a lot. I like it. Like it. I I do like my red shrimp. Red pintos are a huge classic. That's why I like Crystal Blacks, Crystal Reds. You gotta go classic, but red pintos are nice, and I uh, I don't feed nutrients at all. Oh, nice. LOL, but yes, I use highlighting. Yeah, and I get it up midway up tank or higher. Oh wow, Will Watson, Pet Tech. I don't know what that is. Pet Tech. Dan, what type of light do you use? Expensive. Nice. Never mind red pintos. What are these cameras you use that focus so easily? Me? That's just the 922, the C922 Logitech. That's just the webcam that I was able to purchase. Funny part is that boost tank is a used tank I got for $20. LOL. Did I miss a link? At Chubbs Aquatics. Omni Asta 20 FWDC. $45 gives ripple effect like Kessel. Oh, the light. Sweet. I sent Brian DM on Instagram. Yeah, very nice. Very nice. Oh, we're losing We're losing. What in the hell? It's supposed to be autofocus. Oh, there we go. Shut it off and focus is better. Yeah, that's I just want to take. If you look at Yuri's tanks that Chris just did, he has like the little Fisidin and then boost. Fisidins and boost. That's what I want to get to. I don't want to go Fisidins as much, but uh he's I don't know. I don't want to go so much plain open room. I've noticed, plain open tank, I should say, I've noticed that shrimp really like to stay secluded. They really are comfortable when they're in that moss, and they can interact and do everything, and they don't have to get scared or freaked out or anything. And then you put this out there and they come out, oh look, that's an orange eyed. That thing was just an itty bitty baby when I got it, because somebody I know wanted a package of orange eyed culls. It's just a pack of culls, and all the shrimp have orange eyes. So I got him a big sack of orange eyed shrimp. Well, when I counted them, uh, there was 2 extra. So I took out the ones he wanted, and I kept the 2 extra. And one of them jumped out of the net. Yeah, I don't know what happened to him. Well, that's the other one. It's clear. It's got a couple red slashes on the back, and it's got orange eyes. So now that it's getting a little bigger, I'm just wondering where I want to put it at. But it's got to come out of this tank. So, because I put a couple little baby. I put a fish bone or 2 in here, that orange eye, and then I think that there's a red bolt in here too. So, but they're all babies. I got them out of another tank, and I wanted to put them somewhere to see how they grew up. What they look like when they grew up. I got a 4-foot fluval planted 3.0 on my 75. I'm a fluval guy. Secret for boost is buy big pieces. Right. Yeah. Buy big pieces. Yeah, all right. But like I'm saying, the more you grow the stuff, the hobby just keeps growing. that's a good chunk of change. But like I said, when I got mine, my buddy gave it to me. So I didn't know nothing about it, and I didn't keep. I had like little pieces of Swasitan, and he gave me that stuff too. But it's all it was all new to me, so I like it now. But I like the mosses, all the Fisidins. That's the type of shrimp keeper I am now. That's how I want. It's kind of like buying a house. You paint it, you make it look the way you want it. You all that stuff. It's dogs, anything. You give them a yard, you do stuff in the yard. Give them a dog house if they want. A kiddie pool to cool off in the summer. Dog food. It's just however you set it up. But I like Boost a lot. I'm really moving into it. But I can't afford big, huge pieces. So I got to go with my little ones. But that's cool how you got all that little Boost, like ground cover coming down. That's sweet looking. That OE in your little holding container could make for some neat crosses. Right. Yeah, but I don't know what I could put in there with it, because I'm almost positive it's a male. So I don't know what I could put in with it, with it being clear. But I can get tons of those, and they'd be all different colors. Orange ones, all sorts of stuff. That's where I got my orange-eyed Caradina. Was a long time ago from another batch, but that's where I got it. Because I don't even know where they come from. He just gets big, huge things of they're like misfits, but they all have orange eyes. And when they're little, they're all pretty much clear. And I think that that's why they pull them out for culls and then they sell them. But yeah, they're pretty cool. You can get nice medium to big pieces for 15 to 30 bucks. Yeah, it's not bad. 15 bucks, 30 bucks. Yeah, I would stick with the 15, get 2 for 30 or 2 for 25. Yeah. I like Crip, Boost, Leaf, Slow Moss mostly in my small tanks. Yeah, I have I have a Crip in my Blue Bolt Extreme tank that's getting engulfed, and then there's a nice Crip upstairs in my wife's Beta tank that's just taken off over the last few months. I am on Flickr and Vimeo as his higher stay and Planet Tank as Streamwise. Yeah, anybody wants to see some really sweet tanks, check Streetwise's stuff out. Dan, you would like his stuff. He does all these little nano tanks that are, I mean, they look pretty sharp. I mean, I see nice tanks. And here's the thing is, you know, Aquascape tanks are starting to become all the same looking, and you know, I mean, even though they look super good, they're, you know, really badass, you know, I mean, they are. But Streamwise has some, I mean, he's got big branches coming out of them, and I mean, he's got some cool, and some are like dark water, and it looks cool. Look at his stuff. He sent me stuff, and I thought for a minute that there were pictures on the wall with lights on them. I had to stare at them for a minute. So, all right, that's all I'm giving you, Streetwise. I'm not going to talk you up too much. I mean, I'll let everybody else see what I saw. So, like I was telling you about the orange-eyed yellow King Kong, huge call rate. Yeah, that might be where they come from. I don't know, but some of them, like I said, the orange-eyed orange I had, he had asked me before, hey, do you want some of these orange-eyed culls that I get? And I was like, now what am I going to do with them? He's like, well, do you want to make any of your shrimp have orange eyes? And I said, yeah, my red tigers. And he said, okay, I'll send you some. And one ended up being a female, one ended up being a male. And the female was knocked up right when she got of age. He sent them to me so small they look like little flakes of rice. That's why he sends me a lot of my stuff, but it's like, or if somebody wants something, you know, because that's my ability too. If you want something, I can get it for you. When other people are like, oh, well, it's going to cost you, and, you know, they don't want to let out that they have an ability to do something, or they got to wait for an order. Well, I'll put it on the next order. Well, no, I could probably get it now. So, you know, I bring a lot of stuff to the table, you know. But still, even with high call rate, if I have a colony of orange-eyed yellow King Kongs, bro, I'd kill it. I'd kill it. As good as I breed, as good of a breeder as I am, I mean, believe me, I have the Asian guys telling me that I'm one of the best breeders that they've seen out there thus far in a while. So I'd breed the hell out of some orange or some yellow King Kongs with the orange eyes. I just think they're so cool looking. Love Crips. That's what the bottom of the boost tank is. Yep, almost guaranteed that's where they are from. I have full orange eye yellow King Kong and some that were called. Well, these, like I said, these have like stripes, horizontal stripes going across their back. So their back comes down, and then they have like dashes, like you took a permanent marker. And then some are solid orange. Uh, some have, they have all sorts of colors, but you don't know until they grow up because they come in as like peewees. Yeah, but if it's a but see, that's the thing is I don't know what color it came from. So if it's a clear shrimp with just some red lines, won't it wash out whatever I put it with? You know, will it make another would it make any other shrimp clear, or what would it do? I'll talk to that guy and get some nice yellow King Kongs. I have full orange eye yellow King Kongs in some network calls. Yeah, won't take that long to be getting orange eye, and already got the almost patternless orange eye. Yep, odd marks, different levels of clear to yellow and orange. Yeah, it must be where they come from. Yeah, they're super pretty. I think they're super cool. I was thinking about getting a tank and just breeding these culls, these orange eye culls. So if people want orange eyed Caridina, then they could do it for their, like the Tangerine Tigers. I mean, so I tell people all the time, if you're going to start getting into Caridina, you might as well have something that you can breed like Crystal Reds too, because I might do that too. I mean, I know it's done. I know Mark Shrimp Tanks does it, but it doesn't mean that my Tangerine Tigers couldn't be a better quality to make a better fancy red tiger, or you know my higher quality Crystal Reds would produce better. So I mean, who knows? It's a roll of a dice. I wouldn't mind doing it, and I wouldn't mind doing it with the blacks too. So do it Tangerine Tigers with Crystal Blacks and Crystal Reds, because I want some fancy black tigers real bad. But I think I'm gonna get the ones that Mo Polar made, because my buddy has them. Yeah, he's got the whatever those are. Candy gun. Oh yeah, the Crystal Black tank has a little boost in it right in the side. But see, that's the thing is I leave my tanks alone, so that boost will sit there. It'll root. It'll get strong, and it'll start to produce shoots. Hey, and look, I'm patient. The way I look at it is if I can just get one piece for each tank, there you go. It's kind of like starting a shrimp colony. If I don't have enough money, I start with 5 or 6. And I'm just patient and I wait. But those orange eyes up there, those red ones, uh, that's what I'm waiting on. I just hope one of them's a female. I haven't really looked. I thought I saw a female, but when they were little, when I first got them, I thought they were all males, and I'm pissed. I was like, dude, really? So if all of them are males, I don't know, I'm going to have to dump some males and get somebody to give me some females. Yup, odd marks, different levels of clear to yellow, oh, that's why I use Yellow King Kong. They are clear. If you get a good price, get it and then select them for color. Yup, you will get some nice colored ones if you get enough. Yeah, that's a. Oh yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, I can get a good price on the calls. I mean, I get them cheap. I mean, but still, you're paying because they have orange eyes, and the people know that are selling them. What you're going to use it for. He just gets them and then offers them to me. Yeah, I want slow growing stuff. Why I barely do any stem plants. Do you have any definite male red devils? Oh yeah, I got males in there. That's what I'm saying. I'm afraid my whole tank is males, but I'm not 100% positive because um, that's why when he sent them to me, I was upset. I was like, dude, these look like all males. And he's like, I'm really sorry, it's all I got, they're really high grade, but it's all I got. I was like, man, there's no way that these are all males. So I could check tomorrow, lure, because they haven't eaten. I didn't feed none of these tanks today. Only ones I fed were these couple over here that I videoed. But so tomorrow will be 2 days no food. So I'll feed them tomorrow. And when they come to the front, I'll look at them. Why, do you have any definite female red devils? Or devilettes, I should say. Demonettes? Bust out your holding pen and take a male red devil and put it in there. And the Black King Kong tank in the holding pen with 2 to 3 male extreme Black King Kongs. The All Blacks. Put it in there in the Black King Kong tank in the holding pen with 2 to 3 female extreme Black King Kongs. So get the solid black females I got with just the white tips on the big mamas, or will like a one stripe their children, one of their baby, well, they're not babies anymore, but would one of those, yep, red devil male and extreme Black King Kong. Yeah, but how do I know if the male's old enough? You know what I'm saying? I don't know if he's old enough to. I don't know. You'll get extreme Black King Kong for orange eye and red. Yeah, I'm gonna start putting that little box to use. All right, yeah. Cause yeah, my extreme Black King Kong females are. God, I probably have had them for I don't know about 8 months, 7, 8 months. But they haven't had any extreme babies yet. I saw one in there today. I think I got one over there. It's all black, white tips on the tail, and it just has a white little hat on it. So I don't know. Is that? I mean, I know it's got the white hat, but leave them for a month. If nothing on 2 females, try something else. Go get some other females. They thrive on benevolent negligence. Yes. A lot of stuff thrives on negligence. Slow plants. Yes, yes. I totally understand streetwise. Yeah, it's the mosses, all my stuff thrives on leaving it alone. Even the shrimp, it's leave them alone. I mean, you have to think you could use one stripes wouldn't be a big deal. That considered a stripe when it goes right across their eyes like that, or is that? I mean, I know they call it like a hat, like Santa Claus's, the red with just a little white. They call them Santa Claus. But is that actually a stripe or, uh, you know? Oh, and then there's the red. It's coming through white, but that shrimp there is the red. I think that's what it is. Yeah, that's the red bolt. That came out of my not Black King Kong, but it came out of my Black Pinto. I think the Black Pinto or the Black King Kong, whatever one produces the red bolts. I think the Black King Kong tank, or I mean the Black Pinto tank, that came out of. So I put it over here to see how red it would get. I think most would consider it to be. Unibrow, there you go. Unibrow. Extreme Red King Kong, Extreme Black King Kong, you don't see it at all. Okay. Yeah, I'm just hoping one day they start to produce all black. But I do like their babies being all black with white stripes instead of all white with black stripes. I do like the all black better. It's kind of like I don't know, like I like candy apple red Mustangs, from 64, so 65. I got to get my Sawashita to take off again. Uh, it kind of went, I don't know, like dormant for a minute. It like sank down a little bit. The tank back here did it too, and that one up there is fine, but yeah, I'm not. I don't know. And I don't want to put any food in it for them because I don't want to. I don't want the algae growing. So I'm kind of stuck at a crossroads here of what to do. I'm sure just leave it alone and it'll take off, with the minerals in the water, but and it has nothing to do with how hard the water is because that over there is a Caradina tank and it's crushing in that too. The only thing I can think of is somebody brought up the other day and I never thought about it because Mark Shrimp Tanks doesn't say nothing about it. So that I had said no. They had asked if putting peroxide in a tank makes any of the mosses, go down. It's never made any of my mosses go down, but my Siswacitan is suffering, and I'm wondering, but that tank's not. I put it in there, but I'm wondering if it's the peroxide that the H2O2 that's saddened my Sawashita. Mike Green deleted his message. You retracted your message? How dare you? I looked it up earlier, so here is the paste. Siswacitan, yeah. So here's the paste. What paste? Are you telling me how you say it? I know how you say it, baby. I know how you say it. Siswacitan. The H2O2 did that to me too. Well, that's what I'm saying. Somebody asked me the other day if it's messed my stuff up. Subwas, yeah, see, you have it like that, and you have it like that, but they say the original way of saying it is Siswacitan. But hey, I'm not German. I'm not, I don't know. I'm not anything. I just try to pronounce it right. Sound like I have this college education. But yeah, Chubbs, Mark Shrimp Tanks always says, "Oh yeah, put it in there, put it in there, put it in there," and he never, ever, ever says anything about it damaging the plants. Well, I don't ever notice it damaging my mosses. I mean, my mosses are all huge, huge, but the tanks have algae. I put it in there, but for some reason, Sawashtan there, and a little bit there, they kind of all put the brakes on. Like up there, it's starting to grow algae bad now, and but it's just really weird how the tanks are fine and all of a sudden they start to grow algae. I don't know if I got to start doing more water changes to I think what it is, my imbalance might be because my mosses are so big that they're eating all the nutrients out of the water. I'm not doing a water change fast enough to replenish it, so it's throwing it off. So the whatever it's causing in the water has an imbalance, then the algae kicks in to take over that imbalance. I don't know. I'm thinking that's what it could be. Java moss was good, but the sub and Christmas moss was almost lost. Just copy and paste. It will hurt. Yeah, that's yeah. So I could have swore that Mike asked the question the other day. I think it was Mike that asked the other day if the H2O2 has hurt any of my plants. And I said, no, I use it all the time. But now that I think about it, all my mosses are doing good, but that Swastitan is suffering. But here's the thing is, what do? Just do, a whole bunch of water. It's small, but you got to do a whole bunch of water just, every like 4 days, do a cup. I mean, it's 10 gallons. So if you take out a half a gallon, or if you do, a gallon, I don't know, every 3 days, will it make a difference? Because if you put food in there to strengthen the plant and get it going more, I don't know if that would actually feed the algae too, or if it only feed the plant. I don't know how that goes. It can make crypts melt too. Takes pretty high dose though. It wiped out my Subwasitang. So it was Mike Green that asked me. Yes, I thought it was you, Mike, but I've noticed that, my Sawasitang's not dead. It just seemed like it went and kind of deflated. And I'm trying to get it back, but it's like, what do you give it to have it come back? Um, I put that stuff, what was it? The Flourish, whatever that stuff you were telling me the other day. But I have some of Mark's shrimp tank Subwastan on the way. Yeah, it's but I have the Flourish Excel, but I'm afraid if I put the Excel in there to help it out, that like it'll feed algae too. So that's why I'm like, well, if I just leave everything alone and just do my water changes, hopefully it'll bounce back. But um, but here's another thing: instead of using the amount that I use less. And so instead of using 15 milliliters per 10 gallons, use 10. It'd be less evasive on the plant. But it must be drying. The Sawasatan must be sensitive enough to where it's like sucking out the moisture because it's just a very thin algae. So it's like a gelatin. So I wonder if it's drying it out. I took French in school. Okay, you took French in school, so help me out. Is it sub or Suswasitan? Because I heard it was German. It took 2 months for me to get any growth. Danikin, hey, welcome, my brother. Hey, thanks for the promotion over there on your stream. I watched it. I really appreciate you throwing my name out like that. My family, my wife got a big smile out of it and everything. So thank you very much. I really appreciate it. It is a fern. Yeah, because there's another guy, I'm not going to mention his name, but he talks about it. And I guess from what everyone says, they can't classify it. They don't know what to classify it as yet. So that's why they kind of keep it at a moss. It is. It is a fern. Okay. Fleurs Excel is not good either. German, closer to the second way you said it. Okay, so Siswasatan, there's no B. It's the SUS. Okay, so does anybody know what to feed Siswasatan that really makes it react and take off really good? What's good to give it except what is that stuff, Mike? That hold on. God damn, it's full already. What about iron? This is what Mark says to give he gives his Sawasatan, and it makes it grow. But then fish poop works great. Yes, it does, sir. I'm a little short on that because I breed shrimpies. Um, Priscilla said to put potassium in it. I mean, I got a spit's worth left in here, but I'm not sure. Chevy Fish, you are in here. What's up, Suswasatan? Yes, sir. I like saying it better that way. I just put a drop of iron in every other day. Oh, really? Every other day? Oh, well, all right. I got iron, brand new bottle right there. Because Mike told me from what he thought was 1 milliliter per 10 gallons per week. So that's what I did. But then now I've done a water change. So I use Easy Green. Yeah, well. Easy Green's got nitrates in it. It is Neo or Caridina parameters. Is it Neo or Caridina parameters? Both. Oh, the one one in both. It's suffering here in the Neo and it's suffering back there in the Caridina. And this one up here has algae grown in it. And I'm just not, yeah. Easy Green is, it's a lot of nitrates. Yeah, Easy Green has nitrates. I have bad luck with it. My liquid rock tap grows nice in Caridina, though. Yeah, mine grew really nice too, but I think that I damaged it putting peroxide in it. So I mean, it's not dead. It's still really pretty green. It's just not really blown up like this. That's why people say, "Hey, sell me some Washington." I'm like, I can't right now. It's not feeling well, so I have to do something to bring it back. And that's what I'm saying. I had talked about it, and Priscilla said something about putting potassium in it, but I'm just not sure. I'm not saying it wouldn't work, but Well, no, it says potassium can become low in a low mineral water. Well, the water's not low on minerals. I got 10 GH and 5 KH in there. It's got lots of minerals. For those of you with Siswastan, does it reproduce from scraps as I have researched? It's very slow, streetwise. It's kind of like what Dan Slee says about the boost. The best way to grow boost is get a big piece of boost. Siswastan is the same way. Uh, the best way to grow it is get a big piece because little pieces, they just, I don't know, it's something with them. I have little pieces and they just stay little for a long time. I mean, they say what you do with this Siswastan, put it in your tank, and wherever it lands and sticks, leave it. Don't ever touch it because that's where it grabbed onto. Because they say that's why it's made like that, because it stumbles around, it grabs onto something, and it just holds itself there. And it says leave it there, don't ever touch it. That's where it wants to be. So think of it that way. Yeah. So yeah. So Washington, it'll reproduce, but it just takes a long time from a little piece, a real long time. That's why I kind of never messed with it because I didn't know where I could get it in large amounts, and then my buddy said, "Well, hey, I'll send you a big, huge piece." And I was like, "Oh, okay." And I put it in the water, and probably, it sat there, because it was shocked, and all of a sudden it just went nuts and just doubled in size. So then I broke it up and put it in other tanks, and it was doing really good. And then I started putting peroxide in my tanks, and now it just went, ooh. So I don't think I would be doing peroxide anymore unless the shrimp aren't doing so good. Peroxide works to an extent, but I think I need to focus on balancing my water properly instead of going to the chemicals to kill off an imbalance because um, I don't want to have to run to something all the time. I mean, if there's an imbalance and there's too much algae in my tank, then there's got to be a way to get rid of it. And I think doing water changes would be uh, a better, more professional way to do it and healthier on my shrimp and my plants than it would be to keep pouring peroxide in it every few days, you know. But hey, I see a huge change. Like if they're like sluggish and not wanting to eat stuff, put some peroxide in there, and bam. I don't know what it does. It adds that oxygen to the tank, and I don't know what it does, but um, it makes them feel better. So yeah, I'm gonna back off from that, and I think I'm just gonna up my water changes more now. I'll try to, get on the weekly schedule instead of every other week, or I mean every week and a half to 2 weeks. I think that'll do it. Um, Also, the better flow, and I got a monos now to tear that shit up. How does it like or not like flow? Uh I notice my mosses love flow. This is why I always try to say when you have moss, leave it alone. Siswastain, anything. What I do is I go in there, I fluff it up, pull it apart a little bit, and then I just let it go and let it just float down to the bottom. And like with my dual sponge filters, it responds huge when all the water is going through it, and it gives it all that fresh water inside of it. Because I'm not kidding, I'll go in there sometimes and just like pick it up and like up and down it so the water swooshes through there. And a couple days later, I see that it's even gotten, stretched out even bigger. I was even thinking for the longest time on how I could like hang the moss to where I like stick like a needle through and pull out the other side, lift it up with like fishing line and hang it and suspend the moss just so the water just flows through it instead of it sitting down there and being crammed together. Open it up because I see a huge difference when the flow is going around the moss and it's really pushing through there. I see a big change. I do anyways. And I think that that's the cause of some of my algae is, and this is no joke, I'm just not making this up. Some of the tanks that were suffering were, because I was using one pump to push 32 tanks. So some of the filters were lagging. So that's when I'd go in and I'd soup them up and I'd drill holes, in it so I get more air. But um, it's nothing compared to what it is now. So I'm thinking that the slow flow and probably going a week and a half to 2 weeks without water changes, yeah, it might have made for an imbalance, but I'll do a report on that too because I really think that the flow is going to change. It's a game changer. So I think. Thank you, Danikin. I really appreciate it, brother. Hope your wife loves the shrimpies. Hey, you got to post some pictures of your flower horn, bro. Oh, hey, I got a question. Why is your flower horn named the same as Michael's fish room flower horn? Just a question. I don't know if you want to change the name of that because you guys got the same name flower horn, same flower horn name. His big huge flower horn with that big cock on his head is called Chewy. And I just watched your show and you bought a flower horn or you got a flower horn and you call him Chewy. So I don't know if you guys knew that. I don't know if you even care. But I was just, I just asking. But have a beautiful day, Dan. Thank you for your service. Super fun. Marines are such tough guys. Hey, I liked it last night when I was watching his channel. Somebody asked him what his was it MOA? I'm sorry if I say it wrong. I don't mean to disrespect it. It's his yeah, it's like his job. And his he said what it was, and somebody said, "Hey, I was in such and such," and he's like, "Oh, I was in that one too." And his wife said, "Yeah, my husband. She loves her husband and looks up to him. She said my husband used to fuel up planes and he used to kill people." Hey, Kenny said over there and smiled ear to ear, and you could just see that he's proud. I mean, he's a proud guy, but he knows his wife loves him, and he just see. I was like, oh, that was so nice, when your wife just says, yeah, my husband just went killed people. He's tough, It's like Fred Sanford tough, just like you don't want to meet that guy on a bad day. Man, I love looking up and just seeing so many shrimp in a tank that are buried. It's just like, ooh, Christmas is coming. Yeah. So, how many people in here use Indian almond leaves? Does anyone? I never hear of anyone using or speaking about it. I use them. Like I said, I got my big order coming. Uh, so I want to see what the quality is again. I get these from Germany. I trust these German folks. They, I'm always afraid that the stuff, just because they sell it doesn't mean that it hasn't been sprayed with chemicals. And I don't know whatever got me to deal with these German guys or gals, but I don't know. I just decided I'd take a chance and did a couple test runs with the leaves. Everything was good. So I went through that whole box. I mean, a monster box. I get a 300-gram box. It's like they just go in the yard and pack it. And they say literally the box is 300 grams. They don't stack it. They don't pack it neat. They just cram it, tape it shut, and kick it to the post office. But they're real dry. Those are the best ones to get. Those are the best quality. The super crispy ones that want to bust in your hand. You don't want the rubbery ones. They're garbage. They don't break down. They take forever and they just look terrible. One in every tank, Don says. Yes, sir. Different stuff right now using alder cones. Yeah, I have alder cones. That I don't really like the alder cones. They do really good, but I would trade them for something or something. I have a good sack full. I'd rather use leaves than alder cones. But as you see in my metal tank, I have alder cones, but that's for looks. But I have a sack of alder cones over there somewhere. I don't even use them no more. There's a good amount, but it's when I go to catch shrimp and stuff, they get in my way. So as a breeder, it's no good. So I want to get rid of them. Streetwise says I use dirt. Chubb says I never tied them. Tied or tried? Streetwise, perhaps some tannins fans here. Oh, yep. Soak them first. Well, I don't mind the tannins, but I might boil them because boy, does it take forever for me to get the tannins out. It's not just tanks that I just I have in my living room. These are tanks that I'm in every day. That's what we were talking about yesterday when I was saying if we owned our own pet store or our own fish store. I'm sorry, I don't know why I keep saying pet store. I just use leaves from the backyard, mostly oak. Yeah, I'd love some oak leaves. Yeah, you're gonna have to get me some oak leaves. My neighbor's got I think he's got oak leaves, but I don't know. I don't talk to him much. He's a conspiracy theorist. And it was like when I bought my house, we moved in, or when we bought our house, we moved in, and I was out front trimming the branches on the black I don't know, my tree out front. God, man, I lose my mind. The mulberry tree. And he came walking up and he started talking to me. He was talking to me like 10 minutes. I said, I don't mean to be rude or anything. I said, but, I got to finish work. And he's like, I don't have a problem watching you. I was like, really? I'm thinking to myself, but you keep talking to me and I can't get my work done. So if you would leave, and he's like, I don't have a problem watching you. I'm not tired. I don't get tired watching you. I was like, but he's got them. So I don't really go talk to him. So. Got 2 giant oaks in the front yard. Nice. Luke's Toys and Stuff. Hello. Hi, everybody. Hi, Luke. Hey, everybody. Luke's on. I'll send you some tomorrow. All right. Luke's on, you guys. Luke, Cooper Cichlids was asking where you were. He said, where's Luke at? I said, he's upstairs watching cartoons. Yeah, because I have the leaves my buddy sent me from his front yard. The uh gosh, I'm gonna forget. It's the first time I ever had them, so it's hard for me to remember what they are. But what I like about them is guava leaves. Is they're not like breaking down. They got wet, they sank, and they for one they look really good still. Um, and they're kind of holding their form still. The shrimp are on them eating, and you could tell that it's growing biofilm on it really good. Whereas the Indian almond leaf, like in the picture, you can see it goes flat, and then it don't look good, and then it'll deteriorate. They'll eat the biofilm and stuff like that. But why is the little circle working like it's gonna stop? Hi, yep, I am on. I'm going to be watching through the whole entire thing. All right, Chubbs. Thank you, Bubba. Hey, Luke. Dan Slee says hi, Luke. Thank you, Dan. Slow decomp. Yeah, but they look really nice. I mean, it's like Mark Shrimp Tanks uses the banana leaf. I've never used that. Looks like they like it, but I have done. See, I do a lot of stuff Mark does because, and another thing is like if somebody says it does something, like how do you know they're not lying? So it was a long time ago. I mean, a long time ago. He showed a video where he said, "Well, if you gotta go on a vacation and you need to feed your shrimp, put a bunch of leaves in a bucket and leave them in there for a week. They'll get slimy and covered in biofilm." I was like, "Yeah, right. Hey, I put leaves in there for a week. The whole top of the bucket was covered in biofilm. The leaves were covered in biofilm. I just pull one out and just drop it in. And they just went at it like a cheeseburger, like a slice of Domino's. But no, we won't go Domino's. Let's go Pizza Hut, Original Pan, or Buddies, or, I don't know, something big time. Domino's, they're down in the hole now. They ain't no good no more. Slow decomposition, yes sir. Oak don't break down. They does it disintegrate? I mean, do they eat it up or does it just sit in there? Because oak leaves look cool. And that's what I'm saying. The guy two doors down from me he's a Vietnam veteran, but he like he's one of them guys that like has the old radio and he sits there and listens to it. He says, all about conspiracies and these people are doing this and that, so I kind of stay away from that. And we used to invite him over all the time. We invited him for our wedding, and he was in the yard sitting at the table. And my wedding, the people were leaving because he was going group of people to group of people talking all this conspiracy theory stuff. And they literally were leaving my wedding. I couldn't believe it. And then he came over for 4th of July and he would not stop. He wouldn't stop. He wouldn't stop. He wouldn't stop. So we asked him to leave. And I didn't talk to him for, I don't know, year and a half, 2 years. And he came over last year. And another thing he would do, like creepy stuff, like come over while my wife was in the pool in her bikini, with our son. And I'll be like cutting grass or something. He'd come over and just lean on the side of the pool. Hey, how's it going? We're like, wait a minute, you just opened the gate, came in our yard, and you're hanging out. We didn't ask you to do that. So I don't know. If the oak leaves fall on the outside of his fence, then I'll go pick them up. Gotta try that Detroit style pizza. Yes, sir, buddies. The best in the world. I hope they don't go out of business because, the virus. That's the best pizza in the world. First one ever in Detroit. But yes, Chicago style. Yep, Don. Oh, Don, do you want to wait? I'll send you your number tomorrow, or do you want me to punch it in the computer right now, or I mean in the comments right now, your tracking number, or I could just send it to you. I mean, I can send you a picture of it, but I got everybody's track 4 packages. I got it right here. Well, actually, it's woo, but I only need half of it. So if you want, I'll just send it to you in the or in the afternoon when I wake up. I don't wake up in the morning no more. So who's that? Who's that? Oh, you're just making a video?
No, I'm actually making a video.
Oh, okay.
Like your YouTube.
All right.
Yep, this is my dad's setup.
Nice. What a weirdo. I know, right? It make my wife feel weird too. I didn't like it. You know, and my son and everything. I mean, the guy's nice. It's just I think he would come over and I don't know. It was weird. So
And here's our setup.
Luke's making a YouTube video. Say hi, everybody. Hi, Luke.
Wait. Whoops. Hi.
Oh yeah,
See,
look at
here's
that.
our setup. Yep, we got a gaming computer. Oh, and here's Cole. Cole.
Okay, what? You're gonna wait for me to send it tomorrow?
Go.
I mean, it's not gonna hurt anything, or I can send it to you now. It don't matter. Stop, dude. Stop.
Yeah, here it is, everybody. Setup.
It's got to be the worst thing in the world is a dog's wet nose coming underneath your arm and touching you right underneath, underneath your arm right here. He nudges you to pet him and it's all wet. And you're like, oh, he gets me every time. I'll put it on here because I can't really remember.
I'll see you later.
Yours is right up top. Hobart, Indiana. Boo. It says 3 days to you, Don. Hold on, I'm doing something. Yeah, it says, Don, you're going to get yours in 3 days. That's weird because you're not far away. And then I got one going to Tennessee. It'll be there 2 days. And I got one going. Oh, this is Priscilla's. It says it'll be there in 3 days. So, wow, that's weird that Indiana's 3 days. All right, here we go. Can't read the damn thing. Tell you, it really sucks going blind. I remember I never had a problem with my eyes before in my life. Here you go, Don. I'm only like 4 hours. I know, right? It says 3 day. The only one that's a 1 day is to what's his name? He was in here. Gosh, I can't think of it. But that's your number. Write it down, Don. I'll send you a picture of it anyways, but at least this way you can, write it down and punch it up and you can see it before I send it to you tomorrow. You can see the tracking. What was it? Something dog. Gosh. He's got that little dog on his thing. Lumpy Dog. Yeah, Lumpy Dog he's here in Michigan. So it says 1 day. So it should be there tomorrow. But yeah, I don't understand. 3 days to Hobart, Indiana. Then 1 day to Macomb, Michigan. 2 days to Powell, Tennessee. 3 days to Fort Collins, Colorado. Oh yeah, no, there won't be a problem. I thought you were gonna get it in a day. You know, because usually, see, that's what's showing that the uh that the post is off because you're so close and it says 3 days. So, but yeah, it was $9.70 to mail it to you. So yeah, 30-cent difference from the price I gave you, $10. Yeah, today was probably the cheap, and that's what I'm saying. It was really a cheap day to mail. I was surprised. The most expensive one was Priscilla, and she's not even here tonight. She don't even want to hang out with us. I think I need to find a bigger box to send you all the stuff I have for you. Well, just send one and send another little one. That's probably what I would do, is break it up. Send one in one box, and then, hey, the post office, they got free boxes, Chubbs. So just, you just go up there, like, have all your stuff ready. Have it all wrapped up, like, in a bag. And then go in there. I mean, take your tape with you and stuff. Go in there, grab a box, come outside of the car, open it, tape it shut real quick, put everything in it, close it, tape it shut, put the sticker on it, and then tape the sticker on it. one little bit of advice for you, Chubbs. I don't know if you ever sent anything or other people. There's Priscilla. What? I heard that. One little thing I do is I got it off of LRB. Is LRB said that, and he said it because he it happened to him. When he put the sticker on the box, it got wet, and the address washed away, and they like lost the package. So he said what he does is when he puts a sticker on there, he tapes. It takes you 3 times to get all the way across. He tapes it so that way if it rains and the package is in the rain, no one will lose it. But nowadays they put that sticker on there at the barcode, and then the sticker like where it's going and stuff. So, but I don't know, but I still do it that way. It's kind of like I like old school knowledge because it's like, well, it's worked, even though electronics have come so far, everything's getting replaced with a robot, but the people back in the day were the ones that made the world go round, so why change something that works? It's like taking baggers out of the grocery store. I think that was the worst thing in the world, to take baggers out, and then you're waiting, they're fighting for people who bag stuff. They don't put it in as nice as they used to. They don't stack it. I'm sorry, but bagging didn't pay a lot, but those baggers sure they knew their stuff. And that was a job that, elderly people could do to make a little more money above and beyond their pension, Social Security, anything. But they take that away, it's a joke. But what was it? 15 for shipping? No. I'm sending the letter in the mailbox tomorrow morning. Hey, you're fine, dude. Lisa Perez, what's happening? What was your shipping 15? No, it was, I don't know why it was cheaper. Maybe because I only had one bag in there. But it was $3 cheaper. Cool, that's what I'm going to do. You still have that stuff for me? How much is it going to cost me? How much do you want? Give me a size, like let's say, do you want size of a baseball? Do you want size of a softball? Do you want size of a golf ball? Do you want size of a football? How much do you want? That's the biggest question. Because pearl weed once it really takes off and gets going in your tank, see, there's a big, huge piece right here. Once it gets going, then that's when you propagate pieces real nice. It's best to cut instead of tear, and then you just float it in another tank and let it go, and then float it in another tank and let it go. Pearlweed is I I mean I have it under pretty bright lights, but it doesn't need really bright lights. It's just it just takes a minute, because once you cut it, put it in another tank, it gets shocked. Then it takes a minute to get going. But yes, you said mine was the most. Yes, it was, but it was $3 less than what I told you it was going to be. Everybody else was right there. One was $1 less. The other ones were 30 cents less. One was 10 cents less. Yours was $3 less. That's what I'm saying. I don't know. Same size box as before, but you only had one bag going at this time. So, oh, do you want your number now, Priscilla, or do you want me to text it to you tomorrow? Because I can give you the number now. I just gave Don his, but I can send it to you tomorrow. I definitely believe almost everything old timers people have to say. Well, of course. I mean, especially where you live in the bayou. I mean, really? I mean, look, you showed me a board with a box on the end of it to keep an animal's mouth in there so they can't bite you while you skin them in case they, I don't know, have a flinch and go to, yeah, where's that stuff come from? Old grinding wheels. I mean, look, the old timers made wheels. They made buggies for horses to pull them. The old timers that made the world go around, they made everything. And it's the new timers that are taking everything away that the old timers worked so hard to teach us and come up with all these ideas. Now they're getting rid of it. It's sad. It's sad to see that all the information from the olden days is more or less ending up in books that are ending up in boxes that are ending up in storage basements locked away that no one will ever see. That's the sad part. Just a small piece. I want to put it in a fish tank for now, and I want some of the secret sauce and the beneficial bacteria. You have to wait. Okay, give me a couple days. Kathy ordered the bottles. The bottles will be here any day. The secret sauce is not in yet, so I can send you a bottle of the bacteria, and I can send you a nice chunk of pearlweed. So I can just send you a price on that. But and I'd probably just be able to stick a bolt in the same puffy envelope, and it'll probably be cheap to send it to you. So, is Monica in here? Yeah, Monica was in here earlier. Is she still in here? I wonder if she got her net today. Monica don't check her mail. You can message it to me. Wonder what it says delivery date. Your delivery date is Tres Dejos. I don't know. How do you say days in Spanish, Monica? I mean, Lisa. How do you say days? It's Trace something. Trace. I don't know. Thank you, Luke. Oh, yeah. Here you are right here. Priscilla. Oh, you know what I'll do? What's this? Tell me if you got that, Priscilla. Okay, sounds good. Diaz. Yeah, Trace Diaz. Oh, yeah, I forgot, Don. I remember you have, every time I see that, because I have like lots of Hispanic friends. And I seen that, I said, Cervantes, Don Cervantes. I was like, ooh, we have 2 Hispanic people in here. We have Lisa and we have Don. And if we have more, ¿qué pasó? Um, I am a carpenter and I do a lot of drywall, and that's what I'm saying. Probably 60% of all my friends, real friends in the carpentry business, are Hispanic people. So, give a shout to Hispanic folks. Notice, nice, thanks. They say it in German. Oh, nice, thanks. They say it in German. Two tage, tage. I don't know. I'm Italian and Puerto Rican. Oh, yeah. Well, then you and Don probably don't like each other then, unless Don's Puerto Rican, because I know Mexicans and Puerto Ricans. They isn't that the big fights from back in the day? I'm just joking. Puerto Rican, and the hubby is Mexicano. Really? Wow. Well, see, that's why, because you're Italian mixed. Hold on, I gotta check something. Move, go on, move. All right. I'm more Polish than Spanish. Suit. Yashimash. Don. Definitely it was cheaper. Awesome. Change for a Coke. Sweet. Yeah, so 3 days. I don't understand. And Don's like 4 hours for me, and it says 3 days. So that shows you how bad Post is right now. Remember, I grew up in New York. Yeah, oh yeah. Look, I ain't saying nothing. I know you're tough. That's what I'm saying. Puerto Rican women are no joke. Plus Italian and Puerto Rican, that's like John Gotti and uh I don't know, somebody else mixed together. You just don't want to mess with them. God, I can't think of his name. Pablo Escobar and John Gotti. No, too powerful. Don't want to mess with them. Yeah, Luke says they'll beat you up. Yep. So Don, I added extra. Mama's always right stuff. Yeah, that's double. Very explosive. What's double? That's double. What's Oh, that's double fire. Yeah, I know, right? That's double hot. Yeah. Yeah, Lisa's no. See, hey, see, no joke. Don, that was the first time I mailed Amanos. So let me know how it is. I put extra water. Gave you extra one. So let me know how they show up. I know you will, but as I've gotten older, I've calmed down a lot. Ask Monica, I'm very sweet. Whatever. Yeah. The dangerous ones are the quiet ones. I told you I grew up on the streets of Detroit. The quiet people are the ones that you have to watch out for. Lisa, do you still carry a knife in your purse, in your handbag? If the answer is yes, then you are still a dangerous person. I've calmed down. Yeah, right. John Gotti never calmed down. Pablo Escobar never calmed down. They just got older. They just had people whack people for them. Mama's always right. What are you doing, dude? Oh, it's a good boy. Oh, it's a good boy. Huh? What, do you wipe your eyes? Huh? Watch your eyes. Oh, oh. Let me get that. Oh, good boy. All right. So how's everybody doing today? Is it pouring? Was it pouring rain where everybody else lives? It poured all day. All day. Stormed all day. Go on. Get off my cords. Go on. Oh, it's a good boy. Oh, it's a good boy. Huh? Yeah, I guess Monica isn't here anymore. She probably fell asleep. It's all right. It's all right. And Fish Tropic moderators went to bed or went somewhere else. All right, what's this? Just in the morning, but had a kayak float down the sidewalk last night. What? Suit. That's crazy, Dan. One day. See what I'm saying? Just so far behind all these other people. Just so far behind. So far behind. 10, 12, what? Oh, yeah. So 2 hours. 12, yeah. Sorry, I had to share. That was cool. Yeah, no, I don't mind. Hey, share away. I'll be sad the rest of the night. Like what? Metallic Blue Devil? Yeah. More rain tonight, but no rain in the fish room. Downstairs. No, sir. No rain in the fish room. It's nice and warm. Yeah, it literally poured all day. I mean, stormed so hard. I'm like, where's all this coming from? But I don't mind it. We like it in our house. You know, we like hanging out with each other, so it's good in the hood. Oh, good boy, Luke. Good boy. That makes me proud. I'm a proud daddy. Yes, I had to share. That was something too cool. Yeah, I was surprised today at the post office. They weren't as busy, but I got lucky. I found another pile of postage address stickers in the. What's he coming over here for? What did you tell him? Huh? I found a stack of the postage stickers in my center console. Because when I was there, I was like, "Hey, you got any post stickers?" He went through everybody's drawer, everything. I got 4. So, and then I had to go to, like I said, the city where I used to live the other day. I probably got 20 out of there. So, and then their boxes are almost empty. So, I literally have to go maybe tomorrow I'm gonna go postage or post office shopping and go stack up on some stuff because if not, I'll run out. And the bigger the boxes, the more it costs. So I don't want to have to charge no more. And they got those other boxes, those brown crappy boxes, but I think that those cost more. I don't know, but I know they're not free. But yeah, I have boxes, but maybe about I don't know, maybe about 8 or 9. So that's probably what I'll do tomorrow is I'll go on a trip. Yeah, same here, Lisa. I was gonna shut her down. I'm gonna go on a trip and go post office jumping and go get stickers and boxes. So, but yep, it's 1 o'clock, everybody. I think I'm gonna call it a night. I'm getting hungry, and I gotta start getting to bed a little sooner so I can get up a little sooner. But so that means I gotta start my streams a little earlier, which is fine with me. But look, I appreciate everything, guys. I love the discussion tonight. Moderators that were here, you guys did a great job. Thank you. It means the world to us. Um, but more than anything, thanks everybody for your friendship. And we will see you again tomorrow. So, peace from all of us here at Detroit Shrimp and Aquatics. Stay safe and stay shrimpy.